Hello YouTubers and welcome back to Go Figure Customs YouTube channel. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content recently, and I always appreciate the new subscribers and always try and get back to everybody that comments. Trying to get the channel more focused on customizing, because that is what I really enjoy doing. I like doing the new figure reviews as much as the next guy, but I still am looking for a full-time job since I've been home, so money's a little tight at this point in time. So one of the things that I'm doing is going through all of the stuff that I've just been putting off because I haven't had the time. So now that I'm home, I'm gonna hit some of the projects that have been sitting around a number of years that just haven't been touched. And one of those is one of my favorite things to do is restorations. It's not quite a custom, but at the same time it kind of is. So let me show you what I'm going to restore for this video. I didn't have one of these when I was a kid. It was kind of a bigger vehicle, and I kind of had to pick and choose which vehicles I wanted as a kid because I couldn't have everything. So this isn't one that I got. It was kind of goofy I thought as a kid, but I've really come to love it as an adult. I have another one and I've customized it. So I'm going to restore this one. And it's the Cobra Condor. I think it was goofy because, you know, it detaches into two separate planes. I mean, this half you can kind of see might work as a glider, but this half, I mean, this is how you crash. This is what it looks like after it crashes, you know? So, as a whole vehicle, I think it's a fantastic vehicle. I love the design, actually. It's a high altitude bomber and kind of a fighter at the same time with the air-to-air missiles. So I really do dig this vehicle. I don't have the pilot to go with it, unfortunately, and they are fairly expensive to get at this point in time, and actually so is the Condor. I've had this for several years. It took me quite a while to piece it together. The hard parts to get for this vehicle are the gun that goes in the tail, and then there's a ring that goes in the outer ring. So the inner ring and the gun seem to be very difficult pieces to get. The cockpit pieces can be difficult to get in one piece as well. Luckily, both of these are in nice shape. The vehicle itself isn't too bad. It's a little, well, no, see, that one's broken. I'm not going to worry too much about that since I'm not trying to sell this or anything. It just kind of illustrates my point that, you know, a lot of these things didn't age well because of the harder plastics get brittle over time, and just the rough handling kind of makes it more prone to breakage. Overall, the vehicle is in pretty good condition aside from that front cockpit. Nothing else is broken on it. It's fairly dirty. Some of that's just sitting downstairs in the customizing room. Some of it is just the age, and it's not. The one thing about white vehicles, Snowcat and the Avalanche, the Sky Striker, is if they spent a lot of time outdoors when we were kids, they yellowed. You see that with the figures too. Storm Shadow is a big one that I see yellow a lot, and those can be fairly hard to restore. Now you really need to do a video on how to whiten plastic. I have a buddy of mine that I was in Africa with that collects vintage Star Wars stuff, and he restored a Millennium Falcon, and the vintage Millennium Falcon. He did an awesome job with it. I really need to see if we can get him on the General Geekery at some point in time too, to have him talk about his collection and have him talk about his restoration techniques. So what I'm going to do with this is clean it up. My cleaning process is, I like just like dishwashing soap in the sink, hot water. I scrub everything down with the scrub brush, and then let it dry. And then I'm watching my puppy chase her tail. All right, so that's some entertainment off camera. So that'll be the first step. The second step, I normally take everything completely apart, and I'm debating whether or not I want to do that on this, because there are some screws in the bottom that would make it fairly easy to take apart instead of breaking tabs, which is one of the things that I always worry about when I'm disassembling a vehicle, is breaking tabs. So it'd actually be fairly easy to take apart. So I may actually do that just to get it clean. Once I get it washed off and dry, what I'll do next is remove the decals, the stickers. I'm going to use Goo Gone for that. It works pretty well. My tip and trick for the Goo Gone is to just basically get the spritz bottle and just soak the vehicle and let it set for a couple hours. Let that Goo Gone really work into the stickers, into the decal, into the vehicle, and then hit it again. And then while it's wet, then start taking the decals off. I find that works better than spraying it and then taking it off all at one time. Puppy's chasing her tail again. Hi, you have some fun there. And then once the Goo Gone's done, then we're gonna polish it up. I wish I'd done a restoration video on the Sky Striker, because that thing was just trashed when I got it. I mean, it was old, it was yellow, it was scratched up, and the stuff that I used to polish it up did an amazing job. And we'll go over that again. I talked about it when I did the restoration video for the Demon and the Moray that I have posted as well. So let's get this thing clean. And while I'm running my water to clean this, and stripping down the vehicle to clean it, it occurs to me as well that another easily broken feature on this is where the landing gear clips in. I don't remember, I'd have to double check my other one that I customized, but I think a couple of the tabs on my custom Condor are broken. I am not going to remove the landing gear from this thing to get it clean, because all of the tabs on this thing are intact. So I'm going to keep it that way. If you don't need to take something apart to clean it for your restoration, I'd recommend not taking it apart. Unscrewing it, you're not going to break anything by unscrewing it. However, by pulling on 30 some odd year old tabs, that's a good way to break something. So let's get this thing clean, like I keep saying, without taking the landing gear out and breaking something. So while I scrub this thing down, I discussed completion and what you consider complete. Here, let's take it apart down into the base view, or the two separate vehicles. What you consider complete, and one of those discussions, something along this line, was a recent discussion in one of the G.I. Joe groups that I belong to on Facebook, and that has to do with the decals, the stickers themselves. And do you consider the vehicle complete if it has reproduction stickers on it? Personally, my opinion, of course, that is definitely open to interpretation. I am neither right nor wrong with just my opinion, but it's my opinion that the reproduction stickers don't detract from the value of the vehicle, and may actually increase the value of that vehicle. Because after all this time, when you look at these vehicles, when you look at especially this one here, you see that the decals didn't age well. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get any vehicle this old with good decals on it. It's just hard. It's just unlikely that that's going to happen. It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. So the decals aren't going to look good after all this time. So removing the original ones and cleaning it up and replacing them with with reproduction stickers, I think actually can increase the value of the vehicle because it makes it look a whole lot nicer. And I actually commented and said that if I were buying a vehicle, a vintage vehicle, and the seller told me that it had reproduction stickers on it, that would not be any sort of detractor for me. That would not be a deal breaker. I wouldn't hesitate to purchase that vehicle based on that information, because it probably looks a lot better. And for the most part, I didn't stay in the discussion to see what everybody's opinion was, but I noticed several people agreed with me on that. And I can see both sides of that argument. Sure, it's not truly complete without the original stickers, but I think, like I said, it's an opinion. If you want it to look nice, if you want it to look brand new, reproduction stickers are the way to go, quite honestly. And I don't see anything wrong with reproduction stickers. And as an aside to that, I bought reproduction stickers for my Demon that I restored, and I noticed that some of the stickers that were on the sticker sheet that I got from, it used to be CobraStickers.com. I think it's just Toy Hacks now. But some of the stickers that were on that sheet were not original stickers. They had added some custom stickers to it, which I thought was pretty cool. So it did have all the original stickers that were with it, but it also had some cool stickers specifically for the cockpit. It seems like there might have been another one or two that went on the outside that were custom for the vehicle, and I thought that was pretty cool. Now, they don't do that for all the vehicles, and that's definitely the first one that I've noticed, but I think that's even a better and nicer reason to go with reproduction stickers, is because occasionally you find something like that makes it better than what it was originally. All right, so we've got it clean. I'm gonna let it dry. It's already starting to look a lot nicer than what it did. I'm amazed at how white the plastic is. I was concerned that I might have to do some whitening, but all the yellowing that's on this is the stickers, and we're gonna replace those stickers. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna hit it with some Goo Gone and get the stickers off. Then I'm gonna wash it again. So while that's drying, I'm gonna do the dishes for my wife. I'm sure you don't wanna watch that, so we'll jump to the future here. Actually, before I forget, a nice little scrub brush like this, it's kind of wired on this side and then a softer one on this side, is really great for getting the caked on dirt that accumulates in the vehicles over 30 some odd years of being played with. The plastic in the vehicles, that is kind of one of the, there are pros and cons to using that hard of a plastic. The cons are, obviously, it does get brittle with age and is prone to breakage. But at the same time, it's really hard to scratch some of that plastic, especially like the stuff that the fuselage is they're made out of. Canopies, it's a little softer, and the canopies can be scratched, so be careful with those. But you can go at it pretty good with a nice scrub brush like this and get it pretty clean. I tend to let my stuff air dry outside because I live in Colorado, and the relative humidity is about 7 to 11%, which means it dries fairly quickly, especially on a nice warm summer day like this. However, the dog's barking at something like they usually do. Izzy! Since it's white, I'm a little hesitant to have it in the sun, so I've put the umbrella that is on my the table on my back deck up to keep the sun off of it while it dries. The hour or two that I would leave it out there to air dry, will it yellow it? No, probably not. But since we're doing a restoration, why do something that potentially could make it worse? So we'll have a look at it. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the decals. So once it's air dry, I'm going to hit it with the Goo Gone and let it set for another couple hours, and then hit it again and then start peeling the decals off. So once I have the decals off and it cleaned up, we'll take another look at it. So I didn't follow my own advice, and I went ahead and tried the decals, peeling the stickers off of the Condor a couple hours after I was spritzing the Goo Gone on, just to see how well they'd come off. And they all came off quite nicely, quite easily. However, I am going to show you why a second helping of Goo Gone is not necessarily a bad thing, even after you get your decals off. So let's have a look at that real quick. So we're out here looking at the Condor after I've removed the decals, and here's a real good example of why a second helping of Goo Gone is warranted. You can see the lines where the dirt has gotten underneath the stickers and created kind of this residue, and it's anywhere there was a sticker, we've got that outline. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit that with some more Goo Gone, and then we're gonna scrub that residue off and then give it another bath and see what we come up with. So it was nice that the stickers came off with the first helping of Goo Gone, but it still needs a second helping of Goo Gone to get the residue off. All right, so I finished cleaning up the body on the Condor. Ended up only needing one application of Goo Gone to get the stickers off, but I ended up doing 3 or 4 applications of it to clean the residue up. The residue was pretty thick, the kind of dirt and adhesive grime that you see around the edging of the stickers, but I got it all off, I think for the most part, and it looks really nice. I mean, I haven't even started polishing it, but it looks really great. So look at it real quick. So here it is, all cleaned up, and you can see how white it looks. It's very nice. Still a little bit of residue. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's there. And then belly. This is all cleaned up too. I'm still cleaning the outer ring of the tail up. The adhesive on that the stickers there was pretty thick as well. And now that the stickers are removed and it's all cleaned up, it's time to do the 3-step plastic polish that I do on all my vehicle restorations, and that's the Novus products. This is the number 3, the heavy scratch remover, the number 1, which is the plastic polish, and the number 2, which is the fine scratch remover. And you do it in reverse order, so 3, 2, and 1. And then I use a specific buffing cloth that is recommended. It might even be by the same company that's recommended for these particular products. If you go to Amazon, you can get all of these. I think you can buy all 3 of them as a set. If not, you can buy them individually. And when you look at the page, it's going to suggest, you know, people that bought this also bought that. And that thing that they also bought is the specific chamois cloth thing that you use to polish these out. The one kind of downside to this stuff is it tends to cake in the fine seams and the like sculpted in fine lines on the vehicle. So especially the number 3 polish. So once I get done doing the number 1 and the number 2, I'll take a toothpick and then just run through all of the seams and lines and pull out all the caked polish that will build up in it. On this one, I'm not sure that it's going to do a whole lot for it. There are not a lot of big scratches in it. I don't think there are any big scratches in it. I'm not even sure there's any fine scratches in it. It will work really nice on the canopies, which one is sort of yellowed. We'll see if it cleans that up. I'm kind of curious about that. I haven't used on yellowed canopies yet. And there are some fine scratches on those canopies, but the shell itself is in just beautiful condition. So I'm not sure that it's going to do a lot for that as far as restoration. However, once it's finished, it will have a very smooth, very shiny finish to it. I think it looks better than when it came out of the box, honestly. I've restored my Sky Striker, which you can see right over my shoulder here with this stuff. And when I got, I mean, it was just, it was garbage when I got it, because I got it as part of a set when I bought my 2 flags. I got 2 Sky Strikers, enough to put one together. And I'm eventually at some point going to restore the other one, but I need parts for it. Anyway, when I finished with the polish, because that one did have a lot of scratches in it, and when I finished doing the polish on it, it was just beautiful, amazing. And it just, I wish I'd taken pictures of it before and after, because it really was that fantastic of a difference. I don't think it will have that big of an impact on the shell on this one, however, just because the shell's in fantastic condition. But I'm going to do it anyway. It will help take off some of that residue that's like baked into the shell from the stickers too. I mean, you can kind of see the Cobra sigil outline on one of the wings. This will help take that out too. So I'm going to do that, put on some music and do this, and we'll take a look at it when it's done. So I finished up polishing, doing the 3-step polishing with the Cobra Condor. And I know I said before I started that I didn't really think it was going to make that much of a difference because of how nice the actual plane was to begin with. But it actually did. It actually looks so much better than it did before I started. It's just amazing. So let's have a look at it real quick. It really is amazing just how nicely this really did come out. It's really kind of difficult to even see in the video, but it really just is amazing what that 3-step polish did. So now that the polishing is, the cleaning and the polishing, cleaning, sticker removal, and the polishing is done, it's time to get some new stickers for it. I ordered a set off of toyhacks.com. They were $26 for a set for the Condor. I've gotten some from them before because I got stickers for the custom Condor that I did. So let's go ahead and put those stickers on. All right, now let's finish this up. This has been kind of a like time lapse video, I guess is the best way to put that, since did the Goo Gone had to sit for a few hours, and I ended up working on it with the Goo Gone for like a couple of days to get the sticker residue off. Stickers came right off, but the residue did not. And then spent a few hours polishing it up with the 3-step polish. And then yesterday I got my order from toyhacks.com, the repro stickers for the Condor. It comes on two sheets, and the price I think was about $30 plus. I think there was a little bit of tax and a little bit of shipping. That might sound like a lot, but keep in mind that these are actually die cut like the original stickers were, so you don't have to hand trim these. You can just peel them off and put them on your vehicle like the original stickers, which I think I know there's another place that does repro labels, and from what I've heard, they are not die cut, and you have to trim those yourself. So I am definitely willing to spend a little extra money for stickers that are already cut. Plus, Toy Hacks, every once in a while, you'll get a sticker on your sticker sheet that was not one of the original ones. So they do so there's a custom sticker thrown in there too. Like I got the labels for the Demon, and there was a sticker for inside the cockpit, which was not one of the original ones, and I thought that was pretty cool. They do take a little while to get them to you. Shipping takes, I don't want to say forever, but it is not fast. Ironically enough, they're coming from Niagara Falls, New York, which is where my co-host JD lives. So I should have just had JD pick them up for me. Now to put them on, your best bet is to use the original blueprints that came with the vehicle, if you have them. I have the blueprints for, out of all the vehicles that I have, I think I only have the blueprints for one of my flags. So without the original blueprints, it's kind of hard to figure out where. Sorry, my dog's chasing your tail. Anyway, it's hard to figure out where some of these stickers go. So your next best bet is to find a decent scan of the blueprints, or get a copy if you want them. I am not particularly interested in spending a lot of money on blueprints for the vehicles. So then I've got to find a decent scan of the blueprints to know where these labels go, because there are no instructions with them as to where they go. I used to use yojo.com, but when I was restickering maybe the Moray, I think, the blueprints scans are not high definition, so you really can't see where some of those stickers go. Right now, I'm going to look on 3djoes.com and see if they have better scans of the blueprints. If not, they'll have decent scans or decent pictures of the vehicles, and that should tell me where some of these go. I also do have another Condor downstairs that I customized, that I bought these stickers for and used on that. So I can always just pull. I've got it hanging from the ceiling in my Joe room. You can see it a lot of times when we're recording General Geekery. The dog is having fun here. So I can always just grab that and set it next to it and figure out where these stickers go. I'm going to use 3D Joe's and see where we get. And then I'll have a look at this when it's all stickered up, and then it will be done. It does not need to get any cleaner. Listening to the dog play with her toys over there. And then it'll be done. and it'll look amazing. It'll look brand new. There is a little yellowing on the rear canopy, but I'm not too concerned about that. Seems like there was one other thing I want to mention, but I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, next time I do this, I might try like a time lapse of me stickering them. Okay, so I did shoot a time-lapse video of me stickering it. Either you saw it or you didn't, because I'm going to look at this in post-processing and see if it'll work or not. But I thought I'd shoot it just to test it, see how it works. Found out about halfway through it that it's really a lot easier to split the vehicle up into two pieces before, while maneuvering it. And then my lock doesn't want to stay locked very well. So that was kind of one of the big issues that I had, was the plane doesn't want to stay together very well. So it's very unwieldy to try and put stickers on this thing, especially when the lock doesn't want to latch. But there it is. Whoop, see? And to have all of the wheels down on the landing gear. While working on this, I noticed a couple of my stickers were not completely the cuts were not complete through the borders, which kind of made it irritating, because I had to either kind of pull at the sticker or trim it down a little bit. But it was just on a couple of the smaller stickers, so it wasn't enough to make me say this is give a bad review and say these are crap, you shouldn't buy these. No, they're fine. I just, a couple of incomplete die cuts are not a deal breaker for me. What else? I noticed that I did not get all of the residue off in a couple spots, so I'm gonna have to go back and touch up some of this stuff here in a little bit. And then I think I'm missing, I know I am, the center fuselage came with 7 bombs. I think I have 4. So I'm either going to take them out of my custom to complete this one, since this is the restoration, or I'm just going to buy them from Facebook or eBay. I haven't decided on that yet, but I probably will get them at some point, just to say this is complete aside from the pilot. Which I wouldn't mind having, but the price of some of these vehicle drivers, especially from the 90s, like the Aero Viper and the Decimator that came with the Hammerhead, tend to be very pricey, especially since some of those guys came with helmets, and some of them came with guns, and some of them came with helmets, guns, and antennas, and all of those got lost real easily. The one thing that I did differently is I moved the kill marker sticker from, it's supposed to go right here where my finger is, kind of on the edge. I moved it to where it's more visible on the side. So that's, that's one of the things that you can do with your vehicles, is put the stickers where you want them too. So it's your vehicle, you put them where you want. It was a pain in the ass to get these lined up. You can see I don't think that one's lined up perfectly. These stickers from Toy Hacks, I think they're vinyl, so they're pretty forgiving. I'm curious to see how they'll weather over time. I think you'll still get some residue, another 30 years from now, if this thing is still in one piece, which I assume it will be, because I'll take really good care of my stuff. So I'd be curious to see how well these stickers weather, because I don't think the original stickers, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the original stickers were vinyl like this. So I think these are they're a lot more resilient. So they stretch a little bit, and they're a little bit more forgiving than the original stickers. At least that's to my memory. And then I did use 3djoes.com. They did have a very nice high-res scan of the blueprints, which has the sticker instructions on them. However, Toy Hacks doesn't number their stickers. So, you know, I won't say it makes it impossible. It makes it just a slightly bit harder. However, the images that they have on 3djoes.com, I didn't even use the blueprints. There was so many very nice high-res images on 3djoes.com that I just used the pictures for sticker placement. That's going to be harder on some of the vehicles that have these little tiny stickers that go in weird nooks and crannies. It seems like the more I had a couple, I couldn't figure out where they went. Although I don't know that I used 3djoes.com for my sticker placement, but I should have. I think I used yojo.com, and you know, yojo.com used to be the gold standard for information, but since they sold it off, nobody's maintaining it and nobody's updating it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Yojo is not the place to be anymore if you need information about G.I. Joe. 3djoes.com is definitely the place to go. So anyway, there is the Condor, fully restored, aside from a couple bombs and a pilot. And I got to tell you, man, it looks brand new. The one thing I was going to mention about 3djoes.com versus blueprints, you know, for that really nostalgic feeling, I might recommend getting the blueprints, because just putting the stickers on, yeah, it took me back to when I was a kid. But if you really want that nostalgic feeling, I'd recommend getting the blueprints, spending a little extra money, getting the blueprints and using those to put your stickers on, because that will definitely take you back. However, if you don't need that truly nostalgic feeling, 3djoes.com for your sticker placement. All right, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, as always. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I got some nice tips and tricks in there on how to restore your custom vehicles. I've done a few of these restoration videos, and I have a whole bunch more vehicles that I plan on restoring. A Hammerhead is going to be my next project. I don't know how interesting these restoration videos are, because once you understand what my process is, which is soap and water to get it clean, goo gone until the stickers and sticker residue is gone, and then my 3-step polish, and then restickering them. You know, I don't know how many times you want or need to see that, but if you are interested in seeing more videos of restoration projects, throw that in the comments below. Ask any questions about the process, about the vehicle, in the comments. I'm always happy to answer questions. And as always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned, because we've got a lot more episodes of General Geekery planned, and I've got a couple custom figures that are ready to go for custom review videos. So yes, now that I'm home, I got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff that's going to go up on the channel. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.